We took it all. We brought them to our land. An endless night, ember hot and icy cold. The rage of the earth. We made this curse. Carved it in the blood on our backs. We did not see. We could not, but she did. And in the end...
What will I become?
Senua's Saga. Hellblade 2.
Play it now with Game Pass.
You've seen today's guest on countless television shows. After an early start as a correspondent on the original Daily Show, she moved on to featured roles on Arrested Development, HBO's Looking, Abbott Elementary, and Euphoria. But perhaps our favorite is her portrayal of the mayor of Las Vegas in the Emmy Award-winning series Hacks, which just launched its third season. Today on CityCast Las Vegas, for our final episode of Mayoral Mondays, we welcome acclaimed actress Lauren Weedman to the show. We talk about what it's like to play such an iconic Vegas character and how actors and politicians have more in common than you might think. It's Tuesday, May 28th. I'm David Figler, and here's what Las Vegas is talking about. Hey, before we get to today's conversation, I have a favor to ask. CityCast is doing our annual listener survey, and you would really be helping us out if you filled it out. If you already did the survey last year, thank you, but we would be grateful if you took it again since we can't use last year's data anymore. Please go to citycast.fm/survey to take that survey. It's only 7 minutes long, and that's if you take your time. Trust us, we timed it. That's citycast.fm/survey. And when you take the survey, you'll also be eligible to win a $250 Visa gift card and CityCast swag. So head on over, citycast.fm/survey. So welcome to CityCast Las Vegas. Now, do you prefer to be called Madam Mayor, or is Lauren going to work for today?
You know what? Whatever floats your boat. If you're kinky about mayor, then go ahead. Of all the characters, I would say that Mayor of Vegas, I'm okay if people call me that, or Horny Patty, but Mayor of Vegas is fine.
Right, Horny Patty from the great series Hung.
Right.
I'm sure you do get recognized all the time for your many, many roles, but has anyone ever mentioned your brilliant performance as our local mayor? Do they stop you and do they call you Madam Mayor?
No, but I don't go out of the apartment much. But I have to say that as parts go, the response I got after the first season was, and it was funny. It was particular. It was almost a certain, like it was, I don't know. I don't want to profile it. I don't want to say it was white comedy men in their late 40s to early 50s, but it seemed to be.
Ouch.
Somehow
I feel
really,
seen.
Yeah, I don't know why that is. Or maybe the show appeals to people like that too. And then I had a friend in Seattle who was like telling me he's like, you should go to Vegas, ride on is there like a tram or a train or something? Or
sure. Yeah, we've got a monorail. Yeah,
monorail, right? Monorail. Those are always fun. And so he was like, you should go on the monorail dressed as the mayor of Vegas and just go there and just greet people as their, as the mayor. And I go, I don't think anybody would know who I am. I don't think that's. And he was like, oh no, they would know.
They
would.
That's
about as far as it's gone. And,
no, I think that would be amazing. For people who haven't seen the show, could you tell us a little bit about some of the storylines that your character gets involved with?
I don't know, David. I don't get involved in a ton. I feel like my part is basically I just come on and go, my God, who's going to drink that drink? Who's that guy? Hello, mister. Everybody's fired. You're not. Here's a key to the city. Bye. Like I just kind of float in and I float out. And they threw me in, I think. I feel like they continue to throw me in just out of a gesture of like, oh, let her come on. Let the mayor come in. And I get to improv and they're very much like, just give her a platter of cheese and let her do a little improv. So I feel like I don't have storylines, do I?
You do show up though at parties and openings and things like that. What's your favorite scene that you've done so far in Hacks?
My favorite scene was the one that was behind the scenes. I mean, I like anytime I get to do stuff as the mayor. I like the way they dress me. I like my hair. I have the woman who does my hair or did my hair for the first, she did it more than once. It was during COVID, and she was on loan well, not loan, but from Disney. She does the Disney hair, princesses hair
Right.
for years and years and years. She's done it, and they were like, it's her first time doing TV and film, and she's going to do, and it turned out to be, I'm like, someone who knows how to do a Disney princess hair can do mayor hair like crazy. That's a little like hot tip for politicians. Yeah, go to Disney if you want to get that real sort of shiny
Crisp,
shellac,
big shellac. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I liked the first season that way. I liked what I looked like. I liked the scene of being in the part. Oh no, I know what I liked. I liked at the dinner scene where I was at a birthday party and I was supposed to give the key away, and I got to improv every time. And it didn't make it on the show, but just to entertain the rest of the table, that was a joy.
Oh, I wonder if there's going to be like a director's cut or a box set extra or something like that.
Right. Well, it's a lot of Buddy Hackett jokes.
I bet that was glorious. Well, did you know, Lauren, anything about our mayor before you developed that character?
No, somebody else asked me that, and I'm like, or they're like, well, you really studied her, and I'm like, oh, is there a female mayor of Vegas? I had no idea. I thought it was completely made up, and then someone sent me a video of her like going around town, like look at the Vegas mayor doing good. I'm like, oh Jesus, they really hit her fairly well, but no, it's not based on her. I had no idea.
That's wild because, I mean, she is known for her distinctive, biggish hair, no filters when she talks, a taste for the alcohol. Her husband, who was also the mayor before her, was actually a sponsor for Bombay Gin when he was the mayor, like at the same time. I want to ask you this, though, Lauren. Playing a politician has its own twists, I imagine. How do you as an actor prep to be like a politician beyond being just that character?
I think of really good question. What I'll think of is walking in knowing like I can do whatever I want.
Your car is ready at the valet, Miss Pesamenti.
I'm not quite ready to go just yet. Marty and I are in the middle of a very stimulating conversation. He's just in the little boy's room.
The party was 7 to 10.
Those times are not real. You understand that? That's what I'll think is I'm going to walk in and I'm going to charm everybody. And I can do whatever I want. And that's how I get into the mindset of like, oh, I don't care what anybody's thinking. I'm up to my own, like, I'm not about connecting with people on a real way. I can stay in my head and stay removed from everybody and watch the whole thing and then be up to, do you know what I mean? I feel like other times in acting, it's about trying to connect with others and trying to be really present in the moment and react to what's going on. And instead, when I'm doing the mayor, I just think, oh, I'm just going to I could do whatever the fuck I want. Like, which I know is not necessarily mayoral. I don't know.
Well, maybe it is kind of just sort of the politician thing. I mean, I would imagine they always have to be thinking about not misstepping, but I like what you're saying about just sort of like, I don't know, maybe politicians in general are kind of acting all the time. What do you think about that?
Oh my God, yes. There's no way. I was just telling somebody the other day about when I was on a set where Cory Booker showed up because of, he's dating, I don't know if he's still dating Rosario Dawson, but he was at the time. And he blended in with the actors like nobody's business. And every time I've been on a show where they'd had a actual politician or just anybody from DC come do like a guest spot or something, they completely blend in. Like I always like, oh God, that's gonna be weird for them. Like, no, we're all full of shit and our egos are huge. And so same with them. They think you're special. I think you're special. It's all that same stuff.
It is a little odd when they show up and they do generally seem to do well. I remember John McCain popping up on Parks and Rec once and I was just like, wow, that's like a little too close to home.
Well, because they're the same. It's the same ego. It's like to me, like, and the fact that you want the attention on you. You're out there, so like actors are always running for mayor all the time. It's just like, so good to see you. How are you? Like, what's going on? Let's figure this out. Like, you want to be a yes and people pleaser as an actor, and so it really fits the same kind of. Of course, we hope that the politicians are up to better things than the actors are. They're not just doing, and they're just as vain, right? Just as vain.
But sometimes it does seem like they just want to get that gig and they don't really care about more than that, which is sad. I hope for better.
What do you mean, actors or politicians? Both.
Politicians. No, actors could do whatever the hell they want. They're entertaining. But politicians, actually have power to like change our lives in ways that, like, do we get clean drinking water? I don't want them to be all ego. I want them to be a little real sometimes.
Yeah, but I think your ego is one that makes you think you can do it. That you're like, I'm going to make this happen. Like it's like being a surgeon. You got to have a big enough, like, ego, whatever, cojones vulva to be able to go, I can do that. I'll open up. Go ahead, open up his head. I'll go in there. I'll push around, like, to think you can get away with that shit. And I think that's the, like, I don't know if I've not been around enough politicians to know, but as I was playing that, yes, I have. They're always a little full of shit. You have to be, because you have to also fake it with everybody to make sure you're right, to get along. But anyway.
So, I mean, we see a lot of people like loving this new wave of, I don't even want to say Trump-like politicians, but for people presenting themselves as quote unquote real or authentic and not filtering, and whatever nonsense is behind that, that does seem to be like appealing, like it is a part of entertainment.
Yes. Everybody act, and you never know. It's all for the. My theme these days has also been, just personally and otherwise, like, what God are you serving? I don't mean, like, I'm not saying specifically, like, but like, what are you after? What's the end game? What's the end game? What's the end game?
I'm just curious, in this day and age, do you think that politicians need to have the skills that actors have, or is realism somehow the way to go?
I don't think there is any realism. I mean, it's like the public-private thing. Once you're public, you're public, and you got something you're trying to get from it.
Yeah.
Right? Being out there, they can't, I mean, there's no real, I mean, I guess the most real you could be, I don't know what that even means. I mean, everybody's so, you can't get work done and be super honest if you're, right? So it's like, you can't, it's like, I just got reminded of a Lucinda Williams quote when she's talking about how she was writing a book, and she was like, I'm trying to be truthful, not hurt anybody, but I don't think that's possible.
Right.
Can't kill the truth without hurting. So I'm, I don't, the realism thing, just like with actors, people think, oh, they're so real on their, I don't know. Did I pass that one?
Yeah, you passed. You got an A+.
Do I seem like smart and deep? Do I seem like I have a drinking problem, like in real life? No.
Do you, Lauren?
I don't anymore. I don't. Since COVID. Well, God, man, your body doesn't let you. That's what I find really disappointing, is I try, where I'm like, I'm going to be a drinker. I drink. I like cocktails. And then your body, after like, well, I guess it told me around age 50 to stop, but I didn't listen. And now it just doesn't like it. It's awful. Anyway, sorry. It's not most important thing is not my drinking at this point.
Or your lack thereof.
Lack thereof, exactly.
We took it all. We brought them to our land. An endless night, ember hot and icy cold. The rage of the earth. We made this curse. Carved it in the blood on our backs. We did not see. We could not, but she did. And in the end,
What will I become? Senua's Saga. Hellblade 2.
Play it now with Game Pass.
Let's talk about the filming of Hacks. Even though the TV show Hacks does take little digs at Las Vegas, I do think that most of us locals still love this show. Why do you think that this show Hacks has resonated with so many people?
I don't know. I'm not really finger on the pulse in that way. In fact, I wasn't aware. It's like anymore, I don't always watch the stuff I'm on. And then when I started to watch Hacks, I was like, oh, this is, I'm proud to be a part of this show. And I don't know, I think the show is just, the comedy is hit for people. And I think watching Gene and Hannah work, I think is a big part of it too. And the guests, and I don't know, it's incredibly
real
popular.
Breakout star with Hannah. I mean, everyone knows Gene is so talented, but Hannah Einbinder just killing it. But yeah, I mean, I saw the surprise in your face, and maybe you're just not aware of just how sensitive we are here as Las Vegas, wanting to be like considered by the world as a real place with real people. And what Hacks tends to do, and again, I'm forgiving because it is so damn funny, especially with characters like your mayor. But every time they drive, it's always on the one street, and they're always kind of making fun of more or less the rubes that are here. I feel like there's a little bit of that, or the portrayal of who would be the actual characters who populate Las Vegas are always a little too caricature-y for our tastes. But again, it's not like a heavy drama. It's not Succession. It's, it's a fun show about an aging comedian.
Yes, yes. And as a person who works on the show, I have no critiques, Dave.
There you go. Although,
so I don't.
Your mayor is just so solid, though. And again, as a caricature of a more or less a real person, It's just so much fun to watch that kind of portrayal, and you just bring so much great energy and so much talent to that role. I almost want to say
What do you want
this.
from me? What do you want
Well,
from me?
here's
What's
what I want
going
from you.
on
I want you
here?
to
Well,
answer
what's the
this next
freaking
question.
bottom line here?
All right, well, here's what I actually want, Lauren. We're electing a new mayor this year. I'm going to write you in. I'm going to assume you're going to win this. You're going to pull an actual Zelensky here where you were portraying and now you are. So here's my last question to you. What do you do as the mayor of Las Vegas in the first 100 days of being our actual mayor?
I'd spend the first 100 days exploring the city and getting to know the city and meeting all of I'm more interested in like the real back alley. Do you guys get offended by the word carny? Is that a bad word now?
No.
Tell me now. Okay.
No, there's no bad words here. We're overly sensitive, so go for it.
Okay. Well, I'd like to meet this sort of like alley carnies. I'd like to get to know the real Vegas. That's to me. I'm sure that's offensive, but I'm also going to. We all need to toughen up a little bit. And I would just like to wander around to get compliments on my performance in Hacks. I'd like to know if people liked me, if anybody was weirdly attracted to me, if there was something. Am I a certain type? Like, did the mayor character remind people of their mothers? And I guess I would just walk around town trying to really just feed my ego enough so that I could then, for the rest of my term, deal with the fact that everybody would hate me because I wasn't actually born there.
You would fit right in. There's a lot of ego baiting out here with our politicians. How about policies? Any policies that you might want to implement for a place like Las Vegas?
I think that you could. I don't know. I guess I feel like that boys age 14 to 18 should be able to get an escort. Like, I feel like opening it up to youth, especially young men, I feel like they don't get a chance to really explore their darker side.
So are you advocating a little legalized prostitution then?
Yes, for younger people.
You would not be the first mayoral candidate on this podcast to take that position, Lauren, just so you know.
Really? I thought I was controversial.
No, you're like right in line with probably 15% of the people who are running for that office right now.
I also think no titties in the face if you've got really hard breasts. Like if you've got hard new boobs, I don't think you should do titties in the face. I feel like, I don't know if they do that anymore, but my experience of going to Vegas, and I'm sorry to put you guys in such a dark cliche hole, but like it knocked my jaw out of it's like, grr, I got like, and I only did the film because other people were doing it and had a coupon.
At a strip club?
Yeah, the strip. Yeah, I wasn't like I wasn't 7-Eleven.
And you had a coupon at the strip club. I love that.
From Circus. But
you wound up with a hard knock, if you will. And
yeah, my jaw got dropped. Yeah.
Wow. So maybe there would be some sort of like tort litigation reform where there would be liability imposed upon probably the strip club. I don't want to penalize the stripper. I think that the strip club should take the hit on that one.
Okay, don't worry, David. No one's going to hurt your strippers. They're okay. We love them. They're women trying to get by.
We have to protect them. Come on.
I get it. Yeah, I know. They're just trying. I know. They're my sisters. No, they are. I'm not turning my back against those. I don't, especially if I'm the mayor of Vegas, I'm going to turn my back on.
Right. That's your base.
Yes, I would only turn my back on. I would probably take on is the mafia still real big there? Or is that just an old fashioned thing?
Why not? It could be.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I would love.
I mean, if they are, they're much better at it because they're a little quieter.
Yes, I would love to have I'd like to be a divorced mayor who's like sing and then pair up with like some old timey mafia kind of type, and be like,
best.
Like, this is my boyfriend. This is my boyfriend. I call him Lowell. That's like such a not a good name. Hey,
he wears a felt fedora.
A felt fedora, exactly. He's a Shriner. Yeah, I feel like the mayor thing, I would immediately, it's possible though, actually, isn't it? Like actors who, if I was at all political, there is
precedent for actors becoming politicians. Yeah.
Yeah, duh.
You got your Schwarzenegger, you got your Gopher from The Love Boat. Come on.
Gopher? I totally
Fred
forgot.
Grandy. Fred Grandy was a congressman.
That's right. I forgot about it. That is really, just the name Gopher is such a bummer. But that's cool. Yeah. I am political, but I'm more political on my, in front of my shitty apartment building in Santa Monica. I'm one of those. I don't want to say a Karen, but I'm more out there going like, you guys, you cannot do meth right here in front of my car. Stuff like that. Like I'm good about, actually would be a good mayor.
That sounds like all the qualifications you need. Hey, Lauren Weedman, who plays the mayor of Las Vegas on the acclaimed TV show Hacks, thanks for joining us for Mayoral Mondays here on CityCast Las Vegas.
I'm so honored that I've been taken seriously as a mayor. Thank you. Thank you.
It's a testament to your talent. And that is a wrap on Mayoral Mondays here on CityCast Las Vegas. Make sure you go vote. And if you can vote for Mayor of Las Vegas, make sure you head back to our Mayoral Mondays coverage on our website for all the info to make it informed. If that race moves on to the November general, we'll be sure to keep following it too. If you enjoyed the show, hey, go tell a friend, rate our show, leave us a review, and subscribe to our morning newsletter. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. Till then, stay lucky.